50-yard line. Our cheerleaders are about to do a 2002 cheer. Draw, girls. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. Very special night for all of us. It's the first night of tremendous football season. Actually, it's the first night for you. We started in June. We've had 25, 30 kids 4 days a week, lifting weights, running, taking care of all the business that you have to take care of to be a successful football player. Now that we've done all the physical stuff, we're going to turn on the lights tomorrow night. We're going to see who can shine. Now I share with the athletes. The pep rallies are great, the balloons are great, the band's great, the cheerleaders are great, but what's really important is what happens between these lines. It's all about who smacks who the hardest. We're getting mentally focused right now. Gonna take a little while, crank it up, get the intensity where we want it. I promise we're gonna be on fire at about 7:15 tomorrow night. What I ask of you, 2 years ago I stood on the visitor sideline with Springfield South against Marysville. Marysville made a great play, and the crowd roared. And that was the first time I realized what an impact that had on the opponent. I literally felt the vibration of the crowd roar. Coach Johnson was standing beside me, and I looked at him and said, "Did you feel that?" So tomorrow night, I want to hear that same roar. I want 3,000 people in that red stadium, and the first time something big happens, I want Tecumseh to feel that roar. That's a good start. It's a good start. You know, all this intensity and emotion, and that roar started a long time ago. We're very fortunate to have a man that was critical in getting all that started. I'd like to take this time right now to thank Coach Bolas for everything that he gave me. He taught me, and a lot of the stuff I share with my athletes, I got directly from him. See, he started all this stuff. That's why we named the field after him. And I challenge the Red Raiders to live up to the tradition. Grandpas, dads, uncles have worn those red shirts. Some hotshot number 32 is going to be sitting up the stands watching you. See how you represent his number. Spone Cox will be here, number 12. He'll be watching you. See how you represent his number. Carl will be here. He wants to know how you'll represent his number. So you guys know the challenge. This man started a fire. I'm going to give you a chance to hear what I've heard numerous times. Let's have a real big welcome for Coach Bolas.
I'm not going to get the team fired up like he did. Those days are a little behind me, but I do want to say a few things. I wanted to thank a lady who represents the parents for inviting me tonight, but I happened to see her last night, and she told me, "Don't you dare mention my name." I said, "Well, I just want to say a little joke about you." "No, don't you dare mention my name." So after she was gone, I was thinking, well, I could mention her initials. And I want to thank J.A. for the invitation. And I'll give you a little hint on who it is in case you don't know. Her father is one of the great football coaches in Ohio, from a neighboring town. You know, J.A., you should be happy because I went to the doctor yesterday and he told me the arm that you twisted would probably be all right in a couple of months. I don't heal as fast as I used to. No, when she said pet meeting, I thought, boy, that's a good place for me to be. I need a lot of it. I'm going to try to let some of it rub off. I don't have to give you any pep, I can see it. There's plenty of it here without me. It's a real privilege to be here with you football parents and you fans and school administrators and the cheerleading team and the marching band team and the football team. You're all here to get experience in teamwork and representing somebody else than yourself. And I wish you well. And I want to tell Mike here, I'm real happy for you. And I know that you got an easy job. All he's really got to do is teach this fine group of young men to play with intensity and a fighting spirit that he played in 75 and 76, and his brother Alvin and his brother Don played, I forget how many years ago. But if he teaches them to play that way, the whole squad will do very well. You know, I was very fortunate to come to London years ago and coach London High School. And you young men are very fortunate in being able to play for London High School. And you can see part of the reason why, and Coach here told you the reason why in your meeting. London's got a long tradition of football. Traditions are fine because they help you give that little extra that it takes to be a champion. A lot of people don't like traditions, but you're part of a real tradition, and this is your year to add a chapter to that tradition and make it a good one. Now there's somebody missing here tonight that would dearly love to be here, and that's my wife Mildred. She's had football all her life because her father, a great big tough Irishman back in Massachusetts, played fullback and middle linebacker, punter, and drop kicker for the champion New England 1920 semi-pro team. And then he also coached several years of football at his high school. And then she married a football coach, so she knows a lot of football. And she could probably give your wife, Jamie, whom I'd like to meet, some experience. I'll just say this, Jamie. Take a seat high up in the bleachers, surrounded by friends. I asked Mildred, she can barely talk. I asked her what I should say tonight, what I should tell this team. And she thought a minute and barely whispered, win, win, win. Now, I have to explain, she didn't necessarily mean on the scoreboard. She liked to see winners on the field. They don't always get on the scoreboard. But strange as it seemed, she paid particular attention to effort. She liked to see winning effort. And do I have time to tell a couple of things that happened during my coaching? You know, hear parents and fans say, "Son, do your best." Well, when you really stop to think about it, there's a lot of difference in what a person's best in. They don't always know what their best is. I'll give you an example. Back in the early 60s, we were playing at Westerville. At the half, we were ahead 14-8. Coming out the second half, it was even for the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, they started moving on us and driving first down after first down. Well, then they got down to the 20-yard line, and that's where they made a mistake. They ran a wide play at our right cornerback, Freddie Falula. And Freddie came up 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage and exploded on that man. And the ball went up in the air. I can still see it. It went up in the air and rolled to midfield, and we recovered. Now, we took over that ball game and drove down for a touchdown. Now, 1 minute before, if you'd asked every player on that team, "Are you doing your best?" they'd all said, "Oh, yes, I'm doing my best." But then a minute later, they knocked the daylights out of the Westerville team. So what they thought was their best wasn't. It took a little fire, somebody to start that fire. Who's it going to be tomorrow night? It'll be somebody. I hope I don't take too much time here, but I've been sitting around the house for a while. And these boys like to hear old-time stories, bedtime stories. We were playing Worthington down at Jake Von Camel's field. And in the fourth quarter, they were leading us 14-12. We missed the first extra point and failed on the 2-point play the next time. So they were ahead 14-12. They were running like the Westerville story, and they got down to the 10-yard line with 15 seconds to go. They had a new young coach that year. And he didn't want to go back to Worthington and tell people that they only beat London 14-12. So he got greedy. And on 1st and 10, instead of kneeling down and ending the game and winning the game, they threw a pass and Bucky Reynolds intercepted in the end zone and downed it. We had about 8 or 9 seconds left in the game. We took time out and sent Quick Trap 2 in and told all the players, double check your assignments. That trap play up the middle can go all the way. They'll expect a pass. And sure enough, Andy Hart broke through the middle, juked the safety man. The halfbacks had been knocked down, and he came running past the London sideline. I could have beat him in the end zone myself, but he outran the far cornerback, and he was a track man, real fast. And he ran 80 yards after the game had ended for a winning touchdown. Now, when he got in the end zone, he collapsed. Here, when he'd been coming through the line on the track play, he stepped on some guard's foot and broke a bone in his ankle. And he ran 80 yards with a broken bone in his ankle, and when he got in the end zone, he couldn't walk. Now, you talk about doing your best. If I'd asked him to run 80 yards with a broken foot. He said, Coach, I'll do my best, but I can't sprint 80 yards. But he did. One other thing, don't ever quit, boys. Don't ever quit. When things look rough, keep fighting right to the end. Coaches like to win, but I'll tell you, it really gives a coach a thrill to have a team way behind and see them out there that last quarter like a bunch of hornets. So don't let the score change your efforts. One more story about that. Don't quit. Dick LeBeau told me this one, and it bears repeating. Detroit Lions always played the Packers, Green Bay Packers, Thanksgiving Day. And this particular game, Bart Starr was quarterback for Green Bay, Lombardi was coach, and the Lions were behind by 6 points with 1 minute to go. Bobby Lane took them down and scored. That put them 6 points ahead. They kicked off to Green Bay, Bart Starr 2 passes, and Green Bay had a touchdown. So the Lions are behind again. Bobby Lane took them down and scored with about 3 seconds to go. 3 touchdowns in 1 minute. 2 great teams. It can be done. It can be done. So that's what my wife was always watching for, great effort. And she was happy regardless of the score. Now there's a number of other things. Football is a lot of games. Every time you line up is a new game. You might have got whipped before, but you got a new chance. Time after time, you got another chance. Don't let one play get you down for another play after that. It's a new game. Every snap is a new game. Take advantage of it. I heard the coach tell you how you're going to run that team down. That's condition. Don't ever be out conditioned. Don't ever lose a game because you weren't fresher than they were in the fourth quarter. Teamwork. Pull for each other. You fellows on the sideline are very important. Keep your eye on the field, especially the man that you might be replacing. Watch his man, so you'll know what to do when you do get in there. Now, one other thing, and that is, I've got a cog slipping in my head right now. I'll probably think of it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyhow, we wish all of you well. Write a good chapter this year. Listen to your coach. It's a simple game when you get right down to it. Don't worry about the whole field. Just worry about the guy you're playing against. With him. Surprisingly, if you do these things, that scoreboard will usually show it. Thanks a lot for allowing me to ramble.
Please participate. guys, and welcome to another Red Raider contest. You've got Gary McNeil along with Keith Smith once again, and we got our first game for tonight. We've got a new coach, new season, a lot of spirit. Everything's looking up. Keith, can you tell me anything what we can look for tonight?
Well, I went down to Taze Valley and watched the ball game down there. We went. I think London looked real impressive. However, the team Tecumseh that we're playing tonight's really impressive. Last year they was 11-2. They went to regional finals in the playoffs before they got put out by eventual state runner-up Watterson. You know, they say they graduate 22 seniors last year. They only got one returning starter on offense, but this team's still loaded. Look for their quarterback, Cox, to be a real a good addition to their program. He's new this year, but he's talented.
We got a few things up our sleeve. I'm looking at Springfield paper. They're not giving us a chance. But I'm seeing that when they came down here as reserves last year, we kind of ran them out of the stadium. So I think we've got a really good chance. I went to see both the scrimmages, and we outplayed both teams in the scrimmages. So I'm looking for a really good game. Coach Wilson's got these kids fired up and ready to go. So I think we're going to have a good game.
I think London needs to control the ball on the ground and keep the ball away from the Tecumseh offense. And I think we've seen in the scrimmages that they've been able to do that. So it's going to be a great ball game.
Hey, folks, stick around. We've got a big game coming at you. Don't go away. Be right back. I'm still whirling. Yeah, we're working these kinks out here a little bit. We'll be okay. If that's too loud, right there. Test.
Is the audio on right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got the band working. Okay. Here comes the Tecumseh team. They're waving their flag. What are they, the Arrows?
Yeah, the Tecumseh Arrows.
Okay.
From New Carlisle. Just down Route 40. We went there last year. I think we have a home-and-home series with them. I'm not sure if we're scheduled with them for next year or not.
I don't know. I know they have a similar stadium to ours. I think everybody's building the same type of stadium now. They're not near as big as they were last year. They say they got a quarterback about 6'5", 160.
6'5", yeah, they list him at 170, but I've seen him out there in warm-ups. He don't look too heavy, but he is definitely tall, and he does have a good arm.
Well, I tell you what, from what I've seen so far, with the way Coach Wilson's got these kids going. The defense is playing really well, and they seem to be in really good
They don't
condition.
have to sign together.
Huh?
They don't have to sign ready. See them?
Yeah,
Oh, it's better to go.
they got the sign up now.
That's
Is there
ready.
any wind down there? They're ready now.
Here we go.
Coach Wilson wants them out of there. He's fired up and ready to go. There's your Red Raiders for 2002, 2002. Like I said earlier, Keith, I saw him over at Tays Valley, and I was really impressed in how they, what a difference a year makes. They really looked like they're ready to play, and they looked like they were in shape. And I don't know how true this is, but somebody told me that the whole line is bench pressing 300 pounds.
That's what one of the fathers said. And when you look at these fellas, they're a little bit undersized, but they're trying to work with the talents that they've been given and they've been hitting the weight room good. That's the start of the program, and I think Coach Wilson's trying to readjust their attitude a little bit, to believing that they can win. I was real impressed with Tays Valley with their defense.
Defense looked real good.
Linebacking core and
And another thing was great about that scrimmage was we were like two scores ahead, and Coach put in his second stringer, the kids that are taking all the lumps and getting beat up in practice. He put them in there to give them a chance to show their stuff. So that's a good thing right there. And I think, from what I see, he's going to be running two backs. That would be Brock and
Jerry Walters.
Jerry Walters, yeah.
Looks like back deep for the Red Raiders, we're going to have Sean Myers, number 12, and 32, Jordan Brock. I'd like to see London try to use Myers a little bit more. He's definitely a good ball carrier, a good quick runner.
He's got good hands, too.
Coming to him. Trying to get a block upfield.
He's got a little room. He's got a little room. He's going to take it all the way out to about the 44, 45-yard line. That second effort on Sean Myers was a super effort. Break a couple tackles, and he brings the ball all the way back to the 42-yard line.
Like had a nice block there by number 13, Cody Arabia there. And that's real important for the up man to catch a man and get a block. Now, we're going to see London's offense shift around here a little bit. Last year's run and gun is done.
Yeah.
And we're going back to pretty much straight up smash, what they call smash mouth football. Big fullback, big running backs, big tailback. This year's Jordan Brock's year to shine. I mean,
it's Matt Russell's year to shine too, because he's going to be leading them runners. And he goes through there and knocks somebody down. He gives Brock a lot of room. There we go. Brock for about 9 yards. Jordan Brock.
Well, they ran over top of the tight end that time. DeFilippo out there on the right side, and nice looking play.
It looked real good. Like you said, that line is strong. I think Tecumseh is going to get a shock. The Springfield Papers got us losing by 30 points. Of course, they're always pro Springfield area anyway, but...
Yeah, I think the Wizard over there had it 35-8 Tecumseh. So.
Yeah.
Tight end to the right, two receivers to the left.
2nd and 1 on the 48.
This is Tyler Buchanan, the quarterback. He got a little bit of playing time last year.
A lot of jumping around there on the defensive line. And Brock's going to get the first down. He makes a little spin move. Looked like he might have went over left tackle.
It's a good call there, Gary. First down. That's your first correct call of the year.
And I hope there's many more to come. I'm trying to get Carl wired up. I don't think he wants to be wired up really, but I'm trying to get a microphone to him because he has a lot of good input and he's dead on the ball carrier and everything, every play. So
after this play, we'll get on with the starting lineup for the Red Raiders. So get some of these linemen out there and give them a little publicity.
Looked like we got a little power eye there with Buchanan under center.
Fumble.
Got a fumble.
That's no good. That looks like
first turnover of the game.
It's like number 20 on it, Josh Roberts for the Arrows.
So the Arrows are going to take over in good field position on the London 48.5-yard line.
Now, one thing you'll find about the Arrows is that they don't have a whole lot of two-way players. They play A lot of kids just one way, which keeps them fresh. They run what's called a wing T offense, which can be very confusing to defend. One fullback and basically two tailbacks.
Quarterback is up in there. He's looking down on everybody.
That's 41 in motion. There's Croxdale, number 42. Croxdale's a leading returning runner from last year. He had 600 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns last year. Of course, he didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year because there's a couple fellows by the name of Deacon Minna and Tristan Murray that.
Okay, I was getting ready to say the leading returning runner that's come back. Because those two fellas you talked about, they just ran wild on every team.
Oh, yeah, they were tough.
Makes it picked up 8 yards that time. It's 2nd and 2. Ball's on the 41-yard line.
Quarterback 14, Marcus Cox, 6'5", 170. He didn't play last year. He's back to pass, rolling to the right. Nice play by Cody.
Good defense.
Cody Arabia right there got his hand out.
Cody Arabia played that almost like you play a basketball play. And I was out there the other day watching Coach Wilson show him how to defend the pass like that, where you just lay your hand right in there. But that was almost like a denial defense, like you use in basketball.
Nice play by Cody. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 1.5 for the Arrows. Cox apparently, when he rolls out, he's his strongest, is what the coach said. Which we can see that he's got some speed. He's kind of lanky. He's got a good arm.
Got some long arms. I know that.
It's like number 30, the fullback.
Yeah, first down. Right up across between the tackle and the guard.
Nice tackle there by Jordan Brock.
Brock goes both ways, so it's going to put a lot of pressure on him. He's going to have to be in super shape. How many fellas we got going both ways?
I haven't counted them yet, but...
DeFilippo, is he going both ways?
Yep. We got quite a few of them going both ways. Big difference this year on defense for Jordan Brock is he's been lined up as a linebacker his last 2 years, and now he's lined up at free safety, which I think I like that move. That's Roberts, off tackle.
Quick hitter right off tackle, and it's good for about 6-7 yards.
Like DeFilippo hit him at the line, and Cody Arabia caught up to him, so.
We're slowly pounding away at that inside. Not running anything fancy or just like you said, straight up football.
Well, like I said, this wing T offense is designed for rollout passes and a lot of confusion in the backfield. The quarterback will turn around. Now this is a new twist. Now we got the fullback, 30, Michael Brown, split out to the left. This is Croxdale, 42. He's a good runner.
He's going nowhere. Number 12.
Sean Myers.
Sean Myers in on that tackle, wasn't it? Sean Myers played that, turned him in, made the tackle.
Well, Sean's been playing like a free safety most of his career. Now he's up on the strong safety position. So by that we mean normally you'll see him on the tight end side, playing up closer to the line of scrimmage. And with what defensive coordinator Tony Brake is asking him about it, and he says a lot of times we do bring our safeties up quite a bit. And we ask our corners to almost act more like a safety. He calls it a cover two in his terminology. So a first down there for the Arrows.
Yeah, he runs more of a 50 offense, doesn't it? Something you can just more or less play off of, and you can switch up real quick into different defenses, what I meant.
Right. Well, Coach Brake's talked about that these kids have got to make their reads. It's definitely a defense that's very responsive on the field to what the offense is lined up in. So the kids have got to be smart to play this defense.
They're jumping around. We got 5 men up front this time.
Traditional wing T, tight end to the left. The
quarterback keeper
going to roll.
A little short toss out, and Myers is right on the play.
Like number 60, David Shingler, was getting nice pressure on Cox there.
What grade is Shingle in?
Got listed 255-pound senior.
I haven't had a chance to check and see how many seniors we got this year.
I think we got 11. We just counted 11. Them up, which is a lot more than 5 that we had last year. So a program needs, you got to have 20 kids in a class. It sure helps to have those kind of numbers to compete.
Right. 2nd and 10, the ball's on the 25-yard line, and we got 8:23 left in this first quarter. The Arrows are slowly trying to make a move. Might have got about 3 or 4 on that play there. Brown, the ball carrier.
We keep seeing 41 go in motion. He's not in your program if you're following with the program at home. But I think that's actually Brian Dalton, who normally wears number 32.
It's not even showing a 41 on the program.
Yeah. No, actually, I see a 32 out there. Well, we'll have to get a little information from somebody to find out who that is.
Still 2nd and 10, and
2nd and 15,
okay,
according to the chains.
I just seen it on. They just changed the clock.
No, nobody in the backfield this time.
Ball's on the
41 in
30.
motion.
And he stood good defensive effort that time. Ball carrier's not getting up. 41. Who'd you say he was?
This is calling him John Ricketts. So that would normally be 40 in your program.
John Ricketts. Getting up a little gimpy there. I didn't catch who made the tackle, and I haven't got Carl's mic hooked up yet. Right. We'll get it together, though.
3rd and 13 here, so look for Cox probably to roll out one direction or another. This is a new twist, shotgun formation. Wide receiver out to the left. He's looking for 84. Oh, he
Had a man open, just threw the ball short.
was that really short. 69, Wes Mason was in there for the Red Raiders. He's a sophomore.
And had the ball been on target, it's very possible that London could have picked that one off. Who's that number 2 for London? Is that Jackson?
That's Monte, yeah.
Monte. We were talking about the speedster there. And he was only just a few yards off the ball. Off the receiver, I meant to say.
I noticed down at Tays Valley, London plays very soft on the corners, but a lot of that's predicated off of the reads and what their coaches are telling them to do. This time we see Monte up on the receiver.
4th and 13 now on the 28.
Cox fakes. He's going deep to Croxdale down the
He's
sidelines.
got him open too.
He dropped
London
it.
got a break. A big break there.
I don't know if we caught that on TV, but you could see that play developing from up here, and it was pretty.
It was pretty. It was right in it. The ball was right in his hands. We got a super break there. And that's one of the things that Coach Bolus talked about last night is we'll have the pep rally on the tube here for long. But Coach Bolus is telling them, you make your breaks, and now it's time to take care and make something out of that break. And like he said last night, every play is a new game. I'd never heard it put that way before.
Tyler Buchanan under center. I got Myers down at the bottom of your screen. Monte Jackson at the top, or that's Alcott at the top. Buchanan's rolling out. He better run.
Keep that ball. He's kind of hooking right up around the ball, too.
We saw Tyler make some nice option runs down Tays Valley. That was a nice new wrinkle in their offense.
Yeah, it's good for about 2 yards, maybe 3. They're only giving him 1 on the scoreboard.
Player to watch here on defense for the Arrows is what is his number? Lewis.
Got Jerry Walters in the game now. Him and Jordan Brock are alternating at running back, tailback, or whatever you call it now.
It's a 7-man front for the Arrows. Buchanan back to pass.
And he was snipped on. He didn't have a prayer that time. Some kind of miscommunication in the front line there, and they had a hold of Buchanan before he got up to square up to throw the ball. So that's going to make it 3rd and 7. The ball's on the 31-yard line.
Looks like they've checked in an extra defensive back. Cox, the quarterback's checked in at defensive back.
Got 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Got a penalty down. I think this is
Still have Walters in the game.
substitution penalty on the Arrows. They had too many men on the field when they broke the huddle. That's going to give London 5 yards.
We'll take it any way we can get it. Love them penalties when they go in our favor. 5:59 left in the first quarter.
It's kind of an interesting defense right now. They're going to go with basically a 6-man front with 5 defensive backs, no linebackers. Well, I guess call one of them back there.
3rd and 6, they're probably looking for a pass.
Yep. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. That's Walters off
Got a
tackle.
little room, and he's going to come up with the first down. Good run
Yeah,
by Jerry
baby.
Walters. I heard you that time, Carl.
Nice run there. Got to give some props to the offensive line there for the Red Raiders. That time they ran to the left over top of, I thought over top of Wallace. Tyler Scott will be your center. Blake will be your left guard. Duffy will be your left tackle. It's like Wallace your right guard and O'Farrell your right tackle. Tight end DeFilippo's lined up on the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers to the top. Quick pitch out to Brock.
And he got material. Brock is thrown down after about a 1.5, 2 yard gain.
That's number 65, Matt Lewis for Tecumseh. I was just talking about him. Last year he had 60 tackles and 60 sacks for the Arrows, so he was one of the big players on D last year.
Arrows kind of pounded us pretty good. I can't remember how we started out last year, if it was this good of a first quarter or not. But like you said, they went to the state maybe 2 deep, I think.
They went 3 deep into the
3 deep.
playoffs before they got beat by Columbus Watterson. So I'm liking the Red Raiders. You're going to build a little confidence right here. That's very important for a young team with something to prove. Buchanan pitches.
Good pitch. And Brock is tripped up after about another 2 yard gain.
Looks like Croxdale, the 2-way player there for the Arrows. He got the in on the tackle.
Monte Jackson, he's splitting time with Josh Alcott.
We'll bring up another big 3rd down situation for the Raiders, 3rd and 6.
I hope this sound is pretty decent. We got some little different equipment here, and we're trying something new. Thanks to the sponsors, we're able to do some things new, trying to keep up with the times.
Monte Jackson at the top of your screen. Looks like Myers to the bottom of your screen in the slot. That's too much time. That's too bad. That's going to put London back about 4th or 3rd and 11.
Say it again, Carl.
Never mind. A buzz came on there. It's gone now.
This definitely looks like a passing situation for the Red Raiders, but last time they ran Walters off tackle and picked up about 9 yards on the 3rd down conversion play.
We still got 31 Russell running fullback.
Myers is single coverage on the bottom of your screen. A lot of teams last year would double coverage him a lot. Rolling this way. Myers is wide open.
And he's there. It ought to be touchdown.
Go, Sean. Go, Sean.
Catch Myers.
Touchdown, Red Raiders.
There you go.
Touchdown, Red Raiders. Take that, Wizard, Springfield Wizard. London puts the first points on the board. 6-0 on a roll-out pass from Buchanan to Sean Myers. How far that from the 43-yard line? That would be 57 yards.
That would be the math, yeah.
57-yard touchdown play. Now Sean has to do the honors of trying to kick the extra point after
Catch his
making that
breath
run.
here.
Come on, Sean. Let's go.
That's probably quite a job to run like that and then got to come back and do the kicking. Sean, a chance to get all 7 points, buddy.
Buchanan to hold.
It's down, it's in there good, and it's sweet. That ball was going over to Mark Stanley's house. And London on top with 3:31 to go in the first quarter. 7-0.
You seen a lot last year, a lot of double coverages on Sean Myers, and I think their safety didn't even cheat over this way at all. It was just kind of, he left him out there with the corner, and the safety had deep responsibility. He just didn't get over there. Sean ran past them all, and Tyler Buchanan put it in there nicely.
That's a good throw by Tyler. And good, this is Tyler's. Yeah, he got to play quite a bit quarterback last year, but it's a different setting, and he's doing a really good job coming out of here. First time senior, and is he a senior?
He's senior.
First time, and he's a senior starting, so I'm wishing him all the best. I think he'll be able to do okay. Carl, we didn't get a bunch of static when we got loud, did we?
No.
Okay. I was kind of worried about that.
I wasn't excited. Was you excited, Gary?
Carl was.
Carl was.
I'm always excited. This is a new era, new football, just like Coach Bola said. It's another chapter in Red Raider football. So, if you would, pour me a little of that Gatorade in my bottle. Now he's bumming Gatorade, Carl. Gracias, señor. Don't want to lose the old voice.
Well, last year was 41-0. Red Raiders didn't even get on the scoreboard against Tecumseh, so this is pretty exciting. I mean, it's got to be a huge confidence builder for these Red Raiders. And
I expected it because Coach Wilson has done his work as far as scouting.
Yeah!
Look at here.
that's a live ball. Oh, in high school, it's not. That's
Dead
right.
in the end zone.
That's right. In high school, that's not a live ball. If you're watching on Sundays, that's a live football.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad you corrected yourself because you did have the officials up at your meeting the other night. And we do have a couple changes this year. I know one of them has something to do with blocking in the back.
Well, yeah. Basically, what they've done, and we saw it down at Tays Valley, is if you block somebody in the back, there's a couple changes. One is if you hit them high, it's only a 10-yard penalty. It's not a personal foul.
Right.
If you hit them down by the legs, which is a lot more dangerous, it's 15-yard penalty. So, traditional setup, wing T offense, fakes, Cox back to pass. He's going deep for number
He got something
41.
on that ball.
Oh, he's got an arm.
If he's got somebody can run, catch it, he's got. Let's see, that ball ended up on about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Monte was back there running stride for stride, but
That was a good 50-yard pass there.
today's Springfield paper was talking about the young quarterback Cox. Now he's got a brother that led them to playoffs in '98 for the Arrows. His name's Melvin, and he's currently the quarterback at Georgia Southern.
Oh yeah.
So he comes from a quarterback family, and their coach DeLong said this young fellow as a junior is much further developed than his brother was at this stage. So
It's 2nd and 10 now.
fullback up the
Ball's
gut.
on 20.
DeFilippo made the tackle.
DeFilippo, he's the horse. DeFilippo deferred playing basketball this year because he wanted to concentrate on baseball and football. And I think he had a busted ankle or something that he wanted to heal up during basketball time.
3rd and 5 here for the Arrows. This could be a big confidence boost for the Red Raiders right here if they can get a stop. Three receivers at the top of your screen, one to the bottom. I don't know if London's going to adjust on this. They've got a linebacker out there. Farrell goes into coverage. They go to the fullback, and it's nothing. He's short.
Little bit.
It's going to bring up that fourth and 1.
He was crawling trying to get that.
Well, I don't like that spot.
No,
I don't like that spot.
Well, he fumbled the ball,
Wow.
and then he rolled up there to try to get it.
Yeah.
I think that's why you got that spot.
He's still short. Looks like they're going to bring in the punting unit. And I saw these punters in warm-up, Gary.
Can they punt?
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, get ready, Carl. Follow the ball. Give me a close-up right on the ball. I want to see, what is that, Wilson or Spalding? I want to see the writing right on the ball.
Got an equipment problem there. This looks like
Kicker's changing his shoe.
32 Brian Dalton back to kick. He's a senior.
Looks like 30 to me. 30's working on his shoe.
He's the up man. He's got a little equipment problem there.
He's stalling.
He's stalling.
Get your breath.
Back deep for the Red Raiders. Looks like they've been coached to stay very deep on the return and try to run up on the ball.
We noticed that in the scrimmage, but like you just got through saying, the young man's got a good foot. So,
Oh, I saw them in warm-ups. They were boomers. So.
and this would be the time for a quick hitter, 1 yard.
They're going. Looks like you might.
Yeah, they got some different substitutions coming in. I think they're trying to create some confusion here. I think they're going to go for it.
Yep. Look at
I don't know.
72.
I don't know if the Red Raiders are going to be ready for it or not. I don't know if their coaches caught the substitutes coming in or not.
Oh, he's right there into the. He's not out in the pack. Mike's clear down here on the end of the players. He ain't missing nothing. Plus, he's got his people in the booth checking everything too. And you know what's cool about this year's coaching staff? Most of them are Red Raider products.
Yep.
You got the Johnson, Wilson coach, Johnson assistant, Drew Dwyer. I don't know some of the others.
I was talking to Steve Puckett, who's been working with the offensive line and some on the defensive line. I'll tell you here in a second. They're going for it. 4th and short. They may try to draw the Red Raiders off. Fumble.
Yeah!
We recovered a fumble.
We got it either way. That looks like 55.
Who went in there and got that?
O'Farrell, the Red Raiders. So, but you know, I talked to Coach Puckett, and he told me. I said, "What on earth are you doing coaching?" He says, "I want to help Mike Wilson." That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "I want to help Mike Wilson."
Mike's,
so
Mike knows what he's doing. He's been around the game. He's been coaching for over 10 years. And he's played, he played on the championship team. He played under championship coaches. So there's no doubt about it. He knows what he's doing.
and we got a pro formation backfield this time for Red Raiders. New look. That's Myers. We want to see him touch the ball a little bit more. Got to get around that corner.
He's a little shifty. I don't think he got about a yard there. He strung it out a long ways, but
Had DeFilippo out there trying to get a block for him. That was kind of a new formation for the Red Raiders. We've seen him just in the power eye mostly with the pro style set.
Zuma, number 90, was in on that tackle that time. He come from clear across the field.
Yeah, that's him. We've seen him on quite a few tackles so far.
2nd and 7. We're in the second quarter.
Yeah, we're in the first quarter.
I'm trying to see. Okay.
Minute
23. It'd be sweet if we could get another score here before the quarter ends.
Power eye set. Split receivers. Fake. I thought it was fake to the fullback, but that was Matt Russell going through the middle there. Picked up maybe a half a yard.
He's going to make it about 3rd and 7.
We've seen Matt play a lot of different positions in his career. He's been an offensive guard. He's been a linebacker. He's been a defensive tackle.
He's a type of player that'll play wherever you put him, and he'll give you 200% no matter where you put him.
I like the idea of using him at fullback.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Because that's really another blocker back there, and as strong as he is and big, and he's not afraid to hit.
3rd and 7. That's
He's
Jerry
right
Walters. He's got room. He's in the house.
And London's up by 2 touchdowns in the first quarter with 30 seconds to go. Wizard, where are you at? I love it. I love it. This is Red Raider football the way we're used to seeing it, pals, folks. You got to get on out here. We got a pretty decent crowd. Let me look out through here.
Yeah, they've come in.
We got a pretty good-sized crowd out there. And this type of football, we're going to draw some more. So right now, with 13-0, Penn and Myers' kick is down. It's in the air, and it is beautiful. Count it. 14-0. Red Raiders go up. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. How about that, Carl?
I'll take it. I know that coach wish he could take that play back.
I know it. You got that right. I know he wish he could punt that ball now.
Exactly. You're supposed to punt.
For real.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough coaching decision there for Tecumseh. A little bit of cockiness on their part. I mean, I guess that's disrespecting the Red Raiders and by going for it down there. And these kids got some pride. They're not going to just sit down. I mean, I think Coach Wilson's got them fired up and say, you got to.
This early in the game, I think it was a no-no, and it turned out to be a no-no.
There's where you need another one of your coaches to talk you out of that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Good call, Coach King. Leonard's got a different way of coming on the field, too.
Going to see Red Raiders kick off again. We saw quite a bit of directional kicking last year from where they would always try to kick to one corner or another. And that looks like what we're seeing again, which I think is a good strategy when you're kicking off in high school.
Kick it away from the good returners.
Yeah,
kick it away from everybody.
We got Croxdale and Ricketts back for the Arrows.
Myers is no rookie at kicking. He's been kicking. It seems like he's been here for 20 years.
He started as a freshman, so.
He don't put much effort into it either. The ball's in the end zone.
Hit the goal line. That's a nice
beautiful
kick.
And if you could have seen the ball come off his foot.
Wow.
It was almost like he shanked it. And that ball just left. I mean, it was gone. Holy moly.
London had a lot of troubles last year on kick return coverage, you know, and
Yeah.
and with a nice kick like that, it prevents a lot.
Prevents a whole bunch of
Is
coverage.
that wind aided or what? Or
Which
just
way's
the
wind
emotion
blowing,
going?
Carl?
Now the wind's blowing.
Adrenaline.
A little bit. is
Adrenaline
bad.
going, you think?
Yeah, I think
That's a
so.
good kick.
Looks like the Arrows are bringing 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen this time. London's trying to get Arabia, the linebacker, out there on one of them. He's into short coverage. Cox fakes one way, goes to Croxdale. Nothing there. That's
Yeah,
Tied
baby.
up at the
DeFilippo,
middle.
All right.
Myers.
And Myers is in there on that one. I thought he was way back here. Who's that? Is that Brock their back?
Brock's the back safety. He's the free safety, and then Myers plays what's called the strong safety. So he starts out normally over top the tight end. So he's almost like a linebacker in a way.
Yeah. This angle, all I could see was
Hard
a
to
2.
see. Oh yeah.
What'd you say, Carl?
We won the first quarter.
Hey,
Something happened. Oh, okay.
what's going on?
Nothing. We're all right.
What in the world? And the end of the first quarter is score 14 London, Arrows nothing. Here in the second quarter, Tecumseh took the kickoff. They're going to start and kickoff went into the end zone.
It'll be 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Traditional set. Cox back to pass.
Oh,
He's gonna
missed it.
roll.
He's loose. Can he run?
DeFilippo's out there. Takes on one blocker and
Watch
gets a
him make
He's
tackle.
going to get a first down out of it.
Whoa.
He got them long legs. If he goes 3 yards a step,
Look like an antelope out there.
I know it.
Yeah, he's 6'5". He got some long legs, got some quickness.
Oh, when you watch him when he gets down over the center, he just towers over. He can see everything. Don't even have to think about it. We are just getting into the second quarter, and London's up 14-0. You saying you were surprised, huh? Seriously, I'm not.
Come on. Come on.
Like 40.
Good hit.
Jordan Brock coming up from the
Jordan
safety
Brock come up
position.
and hit hard.
And number 41, John Ricketts on the run for the Arrows.
And he's got to do that, but I tell you what, that'll wear on you when it comes time to run the ball, which makes it sweet. We got Walters switching off, put him in, running carrying time, so.
I think the real strength of this London defense has got to be their linebackers, O'Farrell and DeFilippo.
Farrell, I've heard his name for quite a few years, too. Is he a senior?
Junior.
No, he's a junior.
Junior.
Fullback up the middle. Nothing doing there. It's Wes Mason on
And
it.
no whistle.
Down.
I didn't hear a
They're
whistle.
going to call him down, but I didn't hear a whistle either. That was Wes Mason with nice penetration there as a defensive lineman.
Cameraman said he was down, so I got to listen to him. It makes it
That's going to bring up 3rd and 4
on their own 40.
for the Arrows.
So far, they haven't been in our territory, have they?
I don't think they have.
I don't want to talk too soon.
Let's stop and see what they do on the 4th play this time.
Yeah, 4th play. We'll get something out of it.
Traditional set.
Come on now.
They run with this wing T.
Whoa.
They run a little.
London jumping.
They run a little
They
confusing
try to pull
backfield.
us off.
There
That's
he is.
Croxdale.
Come on. Come on. Go! Ah,
And he's not going to get there.
I think he's got the
he may
first
have.
down.
he got it.
He got the first down with the lunge at the end.
That final second effort.
Now, reading in the Springfield paper, these kids run the wing T offense all the way through their Pee Wee program, junior high, high school, and they're really committed to running this offense, and they don't have much teaching to do with this once they get up to this level here.
It makes it easy for the coaches. 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
Their offensive line outsizes London by quite a bit on London's defensive line, but London seems to be holding their own. Who's got the ball?
I lost the ball that time.
That number 30, Michael Brown, the fullback. He was the one straight behind Cox.
That's a quick hitter. Picked up about 9 yards.
That's the wing T offense designed to create a lot of confusion and
I lost
confuse me.
it that time. And I very seldom lose the ball. Uh-oh, there's a doo-doo. What do you call him? What do you call these guys right down in front of us, Carl?
Do-rags? I don't know.
They look like Indians.
Yeah,
Do
they got do-rags on their head.
Let's just say.
Gonna bring up
We'll pick him up here in a
second and 2.
Nothing.
Hit him.
Oh, he got
Man.
second effort's going to give him a
Wow.
Wallace had him and just kind of got away. He just kept kicking his legs. So defensive lineman got to stand him up. Linebacker got to put a hit on him.
second effort, and they got a first down on it.
First down for the Arrows. Ball on the London 43-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 43. Arrows are in our territory.
Low snap. Cox is out. He throws
Good
hard, doesn't
recovery.
he?
Yeah, he does.
Monte's got him. Now we gaggle him.
That's what we like, a good gaggle. Monte made the initial hit, and he kind of slid off of him, but he had help there. Brock was there, Farrell,
Myers,
and I think DeFilippo might have been there on that.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Cox throws the ball nice, doesn't he?
That's good. That was a good toss.
You don't have to worry about too many defensive linemen being in his face, even though London's got some pretty tall. Wallace out there is about 6'3", and
As tall as he is, we need to get in there and break him up.
Mason's about 6'3", so it's like going straight to the
there's
fullback.
trouble. Good hit by
Jordan.
Whoa, baby!
Nice hit.
Yeah!
Man of boys.
Yeah!
Good crack.
There's
by
a
Brock.
hit.
Michael Brown meet Jordan Brock.
That was a hit.
And I like the move of getting Jordan back to the free safety position.
He timed that perfect, because sometimes you can come running up like that. And if they make a juke move, you're just out there in limbo. But he hit that play just perfect. Bam.
Well, Jordan's got the speed to play that position. He's got the size. I like him back there.
He's an athlete. Jordan is an athlete. I think he was out of warm-ups or track, I think it was, because he busted his leg up or ankle or something dunking a basketball.
No,
He's only about 5'11".
I hurt myself every time I do that too, Gary.
I wish you wouldn't do it.
Okay, you ready for a trivia question?
Yeah, don't answer until the last quarter.
Well, I got 2 of them.
Okay, you still don't give an answer right
Want
away.
the football one first or the general knowledge?
Let's go with the football one.
Football one first. How many games in a row have the Tecumseh Arrows scored?
Answer at the end of this quarter. How many games?
Would it be
in a
neat
row?
to see London put a stop to that tonight?
Be beautiful.
That'd be beautiful.
We keep doing what we're doing.
It's like London's got an equipment problem. Apparently Myers got something wrong with his helmet. I think he's ready now. We're going to see a shotgun formation. It looks like the traditional wing T, except Cox is back in shotgun. 1st and 10. Fakes a handoff one way, hands off the other way.
Yeah!
Nothing doing. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage.
That was John Ricketts on that inside handoff.
John Ricketts, there's a
didn't
little
see-
reverse action there.
13.
Does Cody Arabia on the tackle there?
Yeah.
Nice stop for Cody. He stepped up this year. He really didn't get a lot of playing time in the past. And you stay with the program, keep working hard. Playing time will come. I think he's a senior. Yeah, he's a senior.
Looks
so
like it, yeah.
keep working, keep playing, keep working hard. Coaches will find you one of these times.
2nd and 11. Here come the Arrows.
Nice.
Nothing doing.
Oh, nice tackle.
Nothing doing. He run into a wall that time.
That's Tyler Blake up. Ty Blake up there.
77.
He's very undersized for defensive lineman. He's one of those 300-pound bench pressers.
Ty Blake. I want to say that right. Tyler Blake.
In the day and age of high school football anymore, he's not even 200 pounds. And when it's common to see 260-pound, 270-pound linemen.
Right.
So
It's 3rd and 12 now, Keith. Ball's on the 30-yard line.
Well, Cox is in shotgun formation. 7 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Look for that arm.
Got him one man in motion.
Gotta roll. He's
Looking for the short man.
And he was drilled, too.
Nice hit there by Derek Wallace and Tyler Blake.
Derek Wallace, that's what you got to do, that quarterback. follow through on that play and put the hurt on him, we'll get him out of the game real quick.
I guess I keep calling him Tyler Blake. I think it's actually Ty Blake.
That says Ty on here, but I wasn't going to. I figured you might have seen him coming up through the little league. I was very impressed. I walked in on your meeting the other day, and to see the amount of coaches and the intensity that was in there, I was very impressed with what you're doing.
Well, I think we got a really fine organization for the Pee Wee program here in town. We got 47 sixth graders this year, which could convert to 30 coming into the London program. So
that's good.
That's positive. Cox back to pass.
Contain.
He's looking deep.
Yeah.
No flags.
Nice throw, but he slightly overthrew number 41 Ricketts. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 12. Definitely a pooch punt situation here. They do have the wind to their back, maybe just a slight breeze, maybe a little cross breeze, but
they got 1st and 10, and London just took over the ball.
Oh, that was 4th down.
Yeah. I kept looking at the board, and I heard you say kick time.
Well, London's going to bring 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, and DeFilippo's going to be off the line up to the right as the tight end. So Alcott and Myers to the bottom.
Quick look into DeFilippo.
I formation, that's Jordan Brock coming up through the middle.
That's ought to be good for about 4 or 3 yards.
I think it's real important for
George was on the tackle that time.
London to keep control of the football here. I mean, if they can hold on to this ball and get a substantial drive, keep the ball away from them for the second quarter.
Let's score. Don't hold it. Let's score. 6:18 to go in the contest. Don't talk hold. Talk score, man. And the further we get away from, the harder it is for them to beat us.
I agree there. 35-8, Wizard.
14-0 right now, Wizard.
I formation. Buchanan's looking for DeFilippo. Smart play by DeFilippo there to cover that ball, just in case that would have been a backwards pass.
Right.
So.
Ball didn't get there. Had the ball been on the line, DeFilippo may have had some running room there.
Well, I think that was a read at the line of scrimmage from Buchanan because, if the corner's up tight on him, they got audible to another play.
Right.
So corner was back off, and they just need to get that thing out there a little quicker. I'd like to see Nick get in some open field situations. He could be bruising out there.
Oh, Nick's he's a bruiser now. He's a man. 3rd and 7, ball's on the 33-yard line. We are 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second quarter. London on top, 14-0.
Yeah, Myers and Monte Jackson to the top of your screen. DeFilippo split out again. They're fake to him.
Oh, yeah.
Buchanan rolls, and now he's looking.
Come on,
better run it, baby.
Tuck the ball.
Yeah.
Nice run. First down.
First down, baby.
Good job by Buchanan.
Wow.
He switched hands and put it on the left side, which is what you're supposed to do. But with a good grip on that ball.
Unbelievable. That was great.
Good job by Buchanan.
And Coach Wilson's got these kids believing.
And that's bottom line right there. If you believe, good things will happen. But not just believe the work ethic they put in. He said he had 30-some kids pumping iron all summer in the weight room. So that's quite a few kids come out here and be that dedicated.
First down again for the Red Raiders. Got a new tight end in there for the Red Raiders. It's like 88 David Stewart. Hand off to Walters. Being chased.
He's strong enough. He did get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe gain a yard because he was hit behind the line.
Number 12, Brian.
185 pounds.
Number 31, Nick Pisa.
Second and 9. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Our 43. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. London on top.
Myers has got single coverage down here on the bottom of your screen. Definitely a passing situation.
With his speed, could be trouble. And we're going to get flag here.
Looks like maybe the center might have flinched or something. Or equipment violation or something.
It's definitely something.
All stars on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
Looks like they might have called that on the center, possibly Tyler Scott. it definitely looked like more of a passing situation. She's got a couple downs here to get 14 back. So
Yeah, second and 14. Ball's on 38-yard line. Come out in the same formation.
This time Monte's now they're putting a little bit of double coverage on Monte. Myers got single coverage on top. Buchanan rolls. He's looking for Myers
He's got
deep.
pressure.
Oh my, you don't do that. Incomplete pass.
What are they calling it?
Nope.
Tecumseh's calling it interception, but they're calling incomplete.
Intercepted.
It's an interception.
Which official called that? The guy holding the ball called it down, incomplete. Well, now they're calling it interception.
Yep. You could tell Tecumseh's reaction.
I couldn't even tell who even got that ball.
I couldn't tell from here.
And we talked earlier about turnovers. London's got to keep the ball in their possession, and that one there could potentially hurt them with 4 minutes left to go here in the second half, or the second quarter. I'm sorry, trying to speed this thing along.
We got to get the defense. Just got to bear down again.
Cox hands off to
he
big
got a
number
hold
30.
hand.
Jordan, get him. Nice open field tackle by Jordan.
Running into Jordan out there.
Penalty.
That was
So we
Mike.
got a
That was
penalty.
Michael Brown.
Got a penalty somewhere.
That's thrown in the area of holding right there. They're going to bring it back.
Bring it back and walk off a couple.
It's a hold.
There you go.
It's a hold. Oh, we did.
Go ahead.
I was just going to talk about the rule changes.
That'll get you yardage every time. If you
Penalties, holding.
Yeah. And it's only a penalty if you get caught.
Yep, that's absolutely true. It's going to bring up, that's a 10-yard penalty, so.
That's a
I've
biggie.
seen it. He was holding.
First and 20.
Our cameraman says
Cameraman
he was
was
holding.
on it. I can't dispute it. That's a good call.
Definitely seen Cox can throw the ball. This time they've got no fullback lined up in the single wing, or the wing T. Bring 41 in motion. Fumble.
Oh, yeah, they got it back.
That's Ricketts on top of that ball.
Ricketts come up and fell down right behind the quarterback.
That brings up second and about 23, looks like.
There you go. That's the way we want to go.
It might have been running the Statue of Liberty, but the statue fell down.
Yep.
47-yard line and second and 22.
We keep going. This would be good as a punt.
Yeah, it'd be better to punt if you keep going.
Now they're going to bring 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Cox is going to line up in a shotgun formation, 1 receiver to the top of your screen.
London's loading up. They got a 5-man line there.
Come on, roll
blitzing,
out.
baby.
Roll out.
Blitzing.
Come on outside. The man just fell down.
It's like Croxdale fell down. He was being double covered out there by Brock and Jackson.
Quarterback wasn't too far from being across the line of scrimmage. Not another step.
I think with this defense, I'm not sure we're going to see a lot of blitzing situations for the Red Raiders. I think it's more of a read and defend kind of a defense. But definitely when you get into situations like this here, you got to pull the ears back and fly to the ball, I guess. I'd like to see maybe they might be able to put a blitz on.
3rd and 22. Ball's on the 47-yard line. 3 minutes to go.
3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. 1 to the top. Shotgun formation. Cox is rolling to his right.
Gosh!
Missed him.
Out of way.
Hit it.
Yeah!
Oh.
Oh, he dropped it.
Ooh, Wes Mason almost had that ball.
Went right through his hands. He made a dive for it. Good effort. Good try.
Yeah.
Lewis, Wallace, and Blake all got in there so quickly. I think they were trying to set up a screen pass where the linemen were supposed to let their defender go through. But London, hey, they're small on the defensive line, but what's that give you? Quickness.
And that's what they're
very
doing.
quick.
They're using their quickness too.
So now we're going to get to see the Arrows actually punt the ball for the first time tonight. Looks like deep would be Brock and Myers.
Standing about on his own 40-yard line.
Got a
39.
little bit of breeze to his back.
No pressure.
He's kicking it to his right side. That's Brock. He's going to take it.
Return it.
Watch the block.
Yeah, dig. Yeah, all right.
And he gets about a 10-yard return there.
Nice
Good job.
Nice block there by Derek Wallace. Try to turn him.
Good job. Catch the ball and hold the ball.
And then run the ball.
And then run the ball.
Yeah.
That scares me in high school sometimes.
Well, we've seen last year, I think a lot of times that they would be up too close and then they would try to have to retreat to catch a ball, and
Right.
you just can't harder to catch over your shoulder. So I think they've been coached now to start deep and come in on the ball. So 2 minutes 38 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
It's still 14-0. London first and 10 on the 29-yard line.
Pro set offense with 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Buchanan's looking for Brock.
Brock, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards, maybe 3. We're getting a little buzzing, Carl.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Looks like Walter's going to check in for the Red Raiders. I do like this 2 tailback situation too. I mean, everybody needs a rest every once in a while. One of the guys that don't get one's Matt Russell. He's the one that's got to be out there every play and working hard.
Any better?
Lineman too.
No.
So.
Yeah, there is some buzzing on there.
Pro style set. 2 receivers back, 2 backs as Walters. A quick hit. He's up the middle.
Oh, yeah! Woo! Mercy!
Flip there.
First down, Red Raiders.
Yes, sir, Walters.
Boy, you got to give Tyler Scott and Pat O'Farrell a lot of credit right
33 to
there.
the 50, about 17 yards.
Ty Blake, right up that middle.
Ball is spotted on the 50.
Another big lineman that's new to playing this year, didn't get much playing time, is 63 Duffy.
You want to be sure and give those linemen their dues too, because without them, it just ain't going to happen.
2 receivers at the top of your screen. Buchanan rolling to the top. This looks like an option.
Not much option there.
Ooh, he about got his head took off, Gary.
He had Walters running with him, but from this angle here, I didn't see much to do.
Looks like
They contained it pretty well.
Looks like Red Raiders going to call timeout with 1:17 left to go here in the second quarter.
Getting ready to try and go into the halftime with a 14-point advantage.
I think I noticed.
Timeout London.
Here's 2nd and 10 from their own 50-yard line. Or the Arrows' 50-yard line.
Yeah.
I formation. Myers down here at the bottom of your screen. That's Jordan Brock.
Come on, Brock. There you go.
Second Apple's going
There
to
you go.
6 yards. He was hung up at the line of scrimmage and kept his feet moving. Strength and drive. Boom.
Once again, 63 Duffy there makes a nice tackle, nice block for the Red Raiders. One guy got through, but they got the rest of them. Take 5 yards instead of a loss behind the scrimmage. Good run by Jordan.
Good run by Brock. 3rd and 4. We're down in the seconds now, 45 seconds.
Well, they better get a playoff here. Buchanan,
I would imagine the Arrows
formation.
are probably shocked themselves.
He's going to throw to
He laid it
Myers
up.
on top of your screen. Myers had it. I thought he had it. Incomplete. Nice throw by Buchanan that time.
Yeah, it was a good throw right over the top. That's one of those Dobermar throws to Wheeler. Throw it up there and go up and get it.
Well, it looks like London's going to send in their punt team. So,
Is this our first punt?
I believe this is our first punt.
First punt for Jordan. I think he can probably kick this away where he's at. Put a full leg into it. I don't think he needs to pooch it, but he might want to try to keep it away from their deep guys. That's Croxdale back there. Oh, no, we got a fumble.
We got time.
Now what's he going to
Punt
do?
it,
He's going to punt it. He shanks it.
That's all right.
It's going out of bounds, but that's okay.
Good save.
No return. No return. That's a good thing.
22 seconds. And we were worried about the center getting it back to him. That one there it sailed. He's doing a super centering job up there in the scrimmage game.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting that ball right on the money.
Well, 22 seconds left here. Because we better get to our trivia question answered before we forget about it,
What
Gary.
was the question?
How many games in a row has Tecumseh scored?
First and 10 for the Arrows, about 20.
Pretty significant, I wouldn't ask.
We'll see what
Cox back to pass. He's rolling. Wallace is out there trying to get a helmet on him. He way under threw that
he
ball.
threw it about 8 yards.
Okay, Carl, what's your guess?
I'll say the streak stops today.
Carl says the streak will stop today.
I'll say
12, Sean Myers in on the coverage.
I would guesstimate 35 games.
Carl guesses 35. Gary guesses.
I'm not going to guess.
Gary's not going to guess.
I'm going to wait for the answer.
Gary can play high-low.
High-low. 22.
20, much higher.
Okay. Give the answer after this play.
It's like Cox back in shotgun formation, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. He's looking to the top.
Well, he's got
He
a lot
looks
of
off
time.
one. Mason is on him. That's got to be in the clutch.
Man.
He's got to be down.
There we go. He did it. He got it out there.
I don't know why they just didn't call him tackled instead of calling a grounding penalty. But the streak is at 77 games.
Wow.
So.
And the question was what?
How many games in a row has Tecumseh scored?
Okay.
Or how many games in a row has it been since they've been shut out?
There was no penalty. There was an eligible receiver.
Well, they're going to change the call now, but it kind of looked like to me that Wes Mason had him wrapped up.
He was wrapped up. He was lucky enough to get rid of it.
13.5 seconds left here. We're going to add a little time. Are they going to add a little time to the clock, maybe? No?
Have a little time to think about this score because we're going to go into halftime. And London holds here. We can go in at a 14-point lead.
Well, they just sent in Brian Dalton. He's tight end to the top of your screen. Apparently he was used quite a bit last year as a receiver, but haven't seen him throw to him yet tonight. Their main target's been number 80 out there, Jeremy O'Brien.
Monte was cheating up on him, then he backed off.
He's looking for O'Brien this time. And there's
Man!
Better watch the trash talking.
Monte laid that one on him, didn't he?
That was a nice hit. Timeout. Tecumseh, 7.5 seconds left. London plays very soft on their corners, but I think in that kind of situation, you want to be a little soft. I mean, you definitely don't want to give up that home run ball over your head. So.
It'd probably be a touchdown defense there. Timeout. 8 seconds.
0.5 seconds left, or it could be 7.9. We got a couple bulbs out there.
Already?
7.9. It looked down at the other end. Cox is under center. 2 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. 80 his target's been at the bottom of the screen.
Cox rolls back, he sets up.
He's going for 80 again. Intercepted, Jordan Brock.
Brock was intercepted and really hit the floor with 6 seconds to go.
6/10 of a second.
6/10, yeah.
That's what they call free safety. You just kind of hang out back there and read the play and read the quarterback's eyes. And
add your stats.
Jordan did everything he was supposed to right there. Kept the offensive man in front of him.
London's going to take over on the 15-yard line.
Take a knee.
6 of a second.
On the London 15-yard line.
Oh, I think if you told
Less than a second.
a lot of people that London be up 14-0 at half, they might be a little surprised. So.
I am not surprised. After I've seen them during the scrimmages,
I think I'd take
these
a
guys
knee here.
have put in a lot of work, and they believe in Coach Wilson's system.
Did you take a knee?
Halftime. As London runs off the field with a 14-point advantage.
Wow.
As we come in on the scoreboard there, good camera work by Carl King.
Beautiful night. I wish there's a lot of people sitting at home right now going, "God, I wish I would have went out there." But hey, next week, let's come on out. You know?
Come on out and check this out.
We're going to talk about London's schedule here in a little bit. Talk about their upcoming games. Next week we got here at home again, Mount Orab, Western Brown, which is quite a mouthful for a team.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that later on in the second half, along with another trivia question.
And in the meantime, second break.
And now, the pride of Madison County, the Red Raider Marching Band, led on the field by Senior Field Commander Krista Byers and Junior Field Commander Cassie Wiggins. Tonight, the band begins with Respect from the Congress Show. alumni to perform Money Money. Please. Please rise and join us in the playing of the alma mater.
Minutes for uptime. Team come back on the field while Carl's panning the crowd. We got a pretty fair crowd. Might have a little something interesting for them there. Maybe a little stat worthy.
Yeah, we got a little stats courtesy of Dr. Byers. Come by here and give us some stats. It's like London's got 94 yards rushing in the first half, led by Jerry Walters. 4 rushes for 52 yards. So I thought Jerry looked very good. He's very quick at hitting the hole. And when the offensive line opens it up, you got to be there and hit it. And he's done a nice job with that so far.
And he's also run very hard after that second effort he's been putting out. And he's how big is Jerry anyway?
He's
looks
strong.
big.
He's got a lot of heart to him, and he is strong.
They got him listed at 185. That ain't bad for a running back.
Yep. Tyler Buchanan's one for 4 passing. The interception doesn't count as a completion; that counts as an interception. So, but the one pass, if you remember, was the first touchdown to Myers. So
right.
He's got quite a bit of yardage on that. Yeah. Tecumseh's got 75 yards rushing. They're number 30. Seen him quite a bit tonight. Michael Brown, he's got 8 rushes for 41 yards. The big difference is I heard so much about this quarterback. He throws so well. He throws so well. He throws so well. Well, he's two for 14 with the completions and 1 interception here in the first half. So,
and what you run into in that situation is the fact that if he is that good of a passer, the night's only half over.
Yeah.
So we might be seeing a different kid come out here second half.
Well, when you're down by 14 points, I think you are going to see a little bit more passing situations. Kind of odd that Tecumseh's just walking back on the field. I don't know if that's normally their tradition, but
I don't think they started yet. The guys in front are holding hands. They're getting ready to break out.
Trying to make sure everybody gets
come down London sidelines.
Yeah, a little bit of cockiness here. I don't know if that's planned, but of course, we was looking at the clock. They also
usually do that, do you?
They run the clock down, and then they give them a warm-up period. That's just the way they do it. So here comes the Red Raiders.
And the London Red Raiders are forming their huddle. Spirit fired up.
They're excited.
Ready to go.
I noticed against Taze Valley that when they had their halftime, the coaches spent quite a bit of time just talking to themselves and let their players rest and get a breather. Coaching staff gets their brains together, so to speak, and then they go to the players and they teach at halftime. It didn't look like it looked like they were talking to them. It wasn't like you got to do this and you got to do that, right, getting in their face. It looked like some teaching going on down there at Taze Valley, and you got to like that.
They got a good game plan. There's not a whole lot of age difference in the coaching staff. They all know one another fairly well. Dwyer played, I think. I'm pretty sure Wilson was coaching when Dwyer played.
Would have been, because Mike's been an assistant for 11 years,
so
I think.
There's
and Tony Brake, even though he used to, I think Tony's a great addition to the staff. He used to be the head coach down at Madison Plains. He was an assistant at London for a number of years. Went down to Madison Plains. From Plains, he left down there and went to actually, I take that back. I think he left London and went to River Valley. Was head coach up at River Valley for a couple years, and he come back down to Madison Plains as the head coach for a couple years. And then he's been coaching up at Thomas Worthington Division I school up on the north side of Columbus. So he's very experienced, very knowledgeable about the game.
And obviously they have a lot of trust and faith in him because he calls the defense.
He does call the defense.
He heads up the defense, so it's all about being a team. Not only a team, but the coaches have to be a team too.
Yeah.
So with the coach captain, Coach Wilson, things are looking pretty good so far, 14-0. Beginning of a new era, like Coach Bowles said the other night, and I'm going to try to get that pep rally on maybe one day this week. I'd like to have been able to get it on before this game, but it didn't happen.
Now we've got to remember, Tecumseh won the flip, and they deferred for their decision to the second half, so London decided to take the ball. So this time, Tecumseh will have the choice. I mean, they could choose to kick off, but I think being down 14-0, probably want to take the football. So London should be kicking off here at the beginning of the second half.
Now break that down to me once again.
Well, okay.
Tecumseh won the flip.
And they have their choice.
And they decided to defer.
Yeah.
So then London decided to take the ball.
Right.
Now, London didn't have a decision in it. decision was made when Tecumseh said
No, they defer their first half decision to London. London then could decide to kick off or to receive. Okay, and then during the second half, then Tecumseh gets their decision. And they have a choice now of either to kick off or receive. Sometimes out there, and we see it quite a lot in our Pee Wee program, is that the kids will get confused. You know, they win the flip, and they end up, say, kicking off twice because they get confused.
That's why I wanted you to break it down.
What they're doing.
It's written right here in front of us. Anyway, we're ahead 14-0.
Let's talk a little bit about London's future schedule here. Next week we got Mount Orab Western Brown. They were 0-10 last year, and understand their program looks to be a little bit down. They're a Division II school from down south.
Down around Cincinnati.
I think London's got a real good opportunity with that game. That's a home game, so come on out, people. Support these Red Raiders. Let's just see.
Well, the next game is the same as a home game. It's just over Northeastern. That's only 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
right down Route 40. So
that's going to be a close one. Western Brown last year gave up an awful lot of points. I think their lowest defensive performance was 30 points, and they gave up a high of 66. So, it's a program that's a little bit on the downside. Northeastern's going to be a good opponent. They've got a kid back by the name of Matt Paul, who I think is about 28 years old, that runs fullback for him.
Matt Paul, yeah, he's a big boy.
Seems like he's been there forever. They got a 6'6", 240-pound quarterback by the name of West, who started last year against London. So
6'5" and 6'6" quarterbacks.
It's a different era, Gary. It's a different era in football. We'll get more on with the schedule here in a little bit, but after Northeastern, boy, the meat of the schedule really picks up. We'll cover that. This is Myers kicking off. He's going for Croxdale again, 42. He drops it. He'll pick it up.
Picks it up and rolls. And
Get him,
play
London.
like that can usually go for a distance.
Get him. Myers in on the tackle.
Myers forces him out of bounds.
Cody Arabia out there also.
You know what's funny about a broken play like that, when a fumble like that, you come up with the ball, it seems like it throws your defense off.
Well, you kind of have to overrun the coverage a little bit. It's what happens. And
you usually end up getting good distance. Well, we got 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line.
Well, I can't imagine the Arrows going too much off of their main offensive plan, which is this base swing T offense, but they're starting out right away with 3 receivers at the top of your screen.
One at the bottom there.
Yeah, the fullback Brown back there, which they've used him significantly tonight. Here he comes again. Oh, nice tackle.
He was upended.
That's DeFilippo in there. It's like 34 DeFilippo. Credit given to Schingler on the tackle, too. So, nice penetration by London's defensive line. London's defensive line is completely undersized. I mean, this Tecumseh team is much larger, probably by 30 pounds a man out there.
You think so? And all I've heard all week was that Tecumseh was really small.
Oh, no. Two men in motion. Cox fakes a handoff. Oh, he does hand off.
Yeah. 2
penalty flags come flying.
And they were in the backfield.
That's probably going to be a motion penalty on the Arrows, illegal motion. I think one of the men in motion started moving toward the line a little bit prematurely there. So,
which is one of the see with running.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Arrows. I'm impressed by this Red Raider defense. I mean,
well, you have to be. You saw them over there. Well, and I don't know if you see me in the first scrimmage, but both scrimmages look real good.
Well, first team D hadn't been scored upon yet.
Let's just take it one play at a time.
Scrimmages and all. Croxdale in motion. That's handoff to Brown. Oh, that's Wes Mason right there. Wes is only a sophomore.
You go, Wes. How big is Wes? What's his number?
He's about 6'3", 240 probably.
6'3", 240.
I'm just guessing.
It's a big boy.
6'3", 240 by your program.
Good guess. It's a big boy.
Been impressed with London's hitting out of their defensive backfield so far. I mean,
they're coming up and laying a load on. And I'm pretty sure Coach Wilson's told him, you've got to deliver the blow.
This time London's playing a little bit more two cover deep on the safeties. We're seeing Myers not going up quite so far. I think they're expecting a pass. That's Cox going back.
And he's hit and thrown for a loss.
Arabia kind of missed him there, and Wes Mason got him. So.
Mason making a name for himself.
Well, London apparently has figured out how to read this offense to a certain extent.
They give that to Cody Arabia.
Well, Arabia was in there. He kind of missed him, and Wes finished him off. So, but London, I think, is reading this offense. Like that time Myers was back deep at safety. He knew Cox was going to throw. Of course, not that stupid. I mean, it's 3rd and 25. So,
yeah. Good snap.
Nice high boot there. Looks like Jordan Brock's going to take it. Trying to come up the middle. Nice tackle there by number 53, Dylan George for the Arrows.
About a 5-yard return on Jordan. Good catch.
Now let's see what London does with the ball for first time around here. Looks like starting the second half, at tailback's going to be Jerry Walters. So his 52 yards on 4 carries in the first half must have made an impression with the coaching staff. Also gives Jordan Brock a nice chance to get a rest and not have to worry about playing 2 ways on defense and offense.
Score still 14-0. We're in the third quarter. 9:27 left in the third. London's 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line.
Buchanan hands off to Walters.
Walters will get about a yard and a half, maybe 2.
That was kind of interesting formation. That time it almost they went with the quick hitter to the tailback and not led by the fullback. So I think they're trying to use Russell's a little bit of a decoy there.
I'm waiting for Russell to get the ball.
Yeah, I think we've seen 1 carry tonight from Matt.
He runs hard.
Well, when you're fullback and you don't get to touch it that much,
I know.
You got to go for the gusto when you got it. High backfield. Myers to the bottom of your screen. Monte to the top. Jordan coming off tackle.
He's going to pick up another 4 or 5 yards.
Off tackle there.
About 2 yards short of the first down.
Running behind Josh Duffy there, number 63 for the Red Raiders.
We'll make it 3rd and about 3.
Duffy's 6'3", 240.
6'3", 240. And you said we were small.
Well, in the high school standards, that's not huge. There's a kid over at Jonathan Alder that's a sophomore that's 6'7", 330.
One kid.
One kid, yeah, not 2 of them on top of each other.
Nice try.
Got the eye backfield.
Pro eye.
It's like Brock's back in. Buchanan's going to throw. He's looking for Myers. He's open. He's open, baby.
On the 4, Myers will run the distance.
He outrun him.
Touchdown, Myers. London goes up 3 touchdowns.
He outran Billy Leitner right there.
So much for the Wizard.
That was sweet.
What do you think, Carl? I can't hear you, but I can see your... When you say something's going up, it's registering down here.
I tell you what, that's got to be a big confidence booster for Tyler Buchanan, too. I mean, you know, what a nice throw. I mean, wasn't that pretty?
That's a good throw. All he had to do was run under it.
Here comes Sean for his 3rd extra point of the night here.
Down. It's bobbled. I don't think you got a very good hold that time.
Well, it's going to make
2 of 3.
20-0 Red Raiders with 7:57 left to go in the third quarter.
So much for the Wizard. Let's just hang in there and win this game. London's looking like a football team of old, buddy.
We won't hear from the Wizard next week, most likely, but when we go up against Northeastern,
the Wizard will
be back. So
he'll be doing his thing.
Very impressed with Tyler's throw right there. I mean, he had nice time from the offensive line, and he just laid her right in there. That was sweet. Ready for another trivia question, Gary?
Lay it on me, brother.
Okay. We'll answer this one at the end of the third quarter here. This is general knowledge. It's not necessarily football. So.
Okay.
The annual festival held in New Carlisle every year is happening this weekend. Like London has the Strawberry Festival. We used to have the Marigold Festival. What's the New Carlisle Festival?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I don't know.
We can't hear Carl up there, so he can't guess. So, Carl, if you know, put your finger in front of the camera, would you please?
He won't. 7:57 left, and London's kicking off again.
Well, we'll give you a little time at home
20-0.
if you're playing and keeping score at home there. So
Probably got something to do with horses.
no, surprised me what it was.
And
Croxdale has trouble
he dropped
again.
it again and picks it up again. Got a
Uh-oh,
hole.
he overran his coverage again.
Good Lord.
Get him, Cody. Cody hit him and slowed him down.
And ended up just about the same place he did the last time he kicked off.
Number 88, David Stewart, made a nice tackle there. Good thing Cody was there. I mean,
Either they got a super kickoff return, or that bobbling the ball is really throwing us off big time. Because he had a hole and a half coming up through there.
Sean must be kicking a spitball down there or something. They ain't been able to grab one of them all night.
So they're going to take off 1st and 10 on the 40. Their own 40. 7:48 left in the third quarter.
Hand off to Croxdale.
Croxdale, he breaks loose. He's going to be run out of bounds. That was Alcott, I believe.
Alcott got him around the shoulders, and Jordan Brock come up to hit him. So let's look at London's schedule after Northeastern, which Northeastern didn't win any football games last year after they played London. So hopefully we'll see. But they always bring a good. Coach Wasserman's got a good crowd over there. He's always got a pretty good crop of football players. So I don't think that's going to be an easy spot on the schedule. But after that, it gets a lot tougher.
Wasserman's been there forever.
London's only win last year was against Utica, and this year I've seen Utica picked to be in the top 10. They returned practically everybody.
Is that right?
So,
and that was a shootout.
yeah, well, it was a
Both teams
shootout.
scored a lot of points.
That's 30. That's Michael Brown, who's been the main ball carrier for the Arrows tonight. Yeah, Utica's got their return to just virtually their entire offense. A kid by the name of Dustin Walker that just ran over top of London last year. Another kid by the name of Meek who didn't get to play. I don't think he got to play
too much because we beat them.
Yeah, we beat them. But they return a very good team, and I think they're definitely going to be a playoff contender.
I'm hoping we're going to be a playoff contender. That's in the works.
2 men in motion, trying that. There's that confusion again. They could just hand off to Brown, the fullback, and
flags fly.
there's a little twitching going on out there by somebody.
Everywhere. So what do they call that festival? I can't wait.
Oh, we got to wait so the people at home can talk about it amongst their family and friends.
Okay.
After Utica on the schedule, got Washington Courthouse at home.
They lost a lot.
They did wonderful last year up until they ran into Kettering Alder, where they lost 45-0 in the second round of the playoffs. But you know they've lost a lot.
They lost a lot of people. They had a couple kids on there with Division I believe.
Oh yeah.
In college, so.
Then after Courthouse, looking at probably going to be the most improved team in the league, and that's going to be Whitehall. And we got to go to Whitehall. Well, that's unless London's the most improved team in the league. I don't want to count London out here because I'm impressed by what I'm seeing tonight.
20-0 is your score. We're in the third quarter.
Shotgun formation. Hardly any receivers. Croxdale coming around. Top side. Somebody get him. Sean Myers.
Wide and he just gets far enough to pick up first down.
Picks up about 13 yards there for the first down.
Sean Myers holds his ground and makes the play.
Number 42, Croxdale, the ball carrier.
We go to Whitehall Yearling, and they had a lot of sophomores played last year. And they're going to play a big junior class. Probably going to be kind of lucky to get them off our schedule 2 years from now. Then we got some home matches against Lakewood and Licking Valley. And of course, we know what they always bring.
Licking Valley's always tough.
Yeah, they lost state championship game last year to Kenton. So Cox under center, quick hand off to Croxdale.
Croxdale's hit at the line after he probably picked up about 2 or 3 yards.
It's like O'Farrell hit him high and Shingler hit him, or no, that's Wes Mason hit him low.
Mason's been in on a lot. I've heard his name quite a bit tonight. Is that Wes Mason? Is it says his name?
He's sophomore. Wes has been around this program for a long time. He's been along the sidelines. I think 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade last year. He was out here all the time with the varsity. This year he stepped it up. He's right in the mix. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Brown at fullback, Cox under center.
Quick
Hands
hitter
to
up the
Brown.
middle, and he's smacked.
Ooh, that's DeFilippo.
DeFilippo upended him that time. You mentioned Mason. I got to mention his dad. His dad is probably one of the best parent observers that I've seen. I mean, I never hear him cut on anybody. He's always, seems like he's got more patience than you can shake a stick at. And I just got to take my hat off to that guy because he's just one super person when it comes to how he treats people and how he is around people.
Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Arrows. Wing T backfield. This time they're going to a new runner, number 11. We haven't seen much of him so far. That's Matt Triplett.
Matt Triplett.
The junior, 150-pound junior. It's going to bring up 4th down. He's a little short. Down 20-0. You're pretty much going to have to go for it, I'd say.
Yeah, they're trying to get in our territory, 4th and 2. They're down the 32-yard line. They have got a little drive going here.
Yeah, they got a couple clean jerseys in there. I haven't seen any injuries tonight. This game's been injury-free. That's good for everybody.
Get that right. Usually the first game, one team was overmatched and somebody gets beat up real bad. But
Wing T formation, one man in motion. Receivers to the top of your screen. Cox is going to run. He's got it.
He's got his first down.
Boy, if you need 2 yards and you're 6'5", what do? Just fall?
Just fall. I'm not sure he wanted to keep that ball. He looked like he's trying to get it to hand off to somebody, and that somebody didn't take it.
Well, if I was 170 pounds, I don't think I'd want to get hit by Nick DeFilippo. Or Pat O'Farrell, or Jordan Brock, or Sean Myers. I mean, we've seen some good hard hitting for the Red Raiders tonight.
Or Mason.
Might
as well name them all. Because these kids are coming to play tonight.
Well, somebody we haven't heard a lot of tonight's the nose guard, Lewis. He's 3rd-year player. I think he's 3rd-year starter. And he's out there where you never get much credit down there at nose tackle. Of course, we did have a nose tackle a couple of years ago that was in on everything. Remember Jordy?
Yeah.
So he was definitely undersized. This is more of a pro formation set. They go to number 31.
And it goes nowhere.
That's Pizzo. He's a clean jersey in there.
Might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
It's like going to bring up.
Like DeFilippo might have been on that tackle there. Number 34.
Well, after Lakewood and Licking Valley, I think both those programs. I think Lakewood's going to be incredibly strong this year. Licking Valley, I think, could be down a little bit, but they still got another's. So, as long as they got nethers, they're going to be competitive.
Yeah.
One receiver way to the bottom of your screen down here. Monte down there on single coverage. It's like
they went the opposite way.
Inside handoff to number 11. That's Triplett.
Triplett picks up about a yard, maybe 2.
Bring about 3rd and 4, looks like.
Now we got to get in the trenches and bear down.
After we play Licking Valley, we got to go to Columbus Bexley. That's going to be a very improved team, I believe.
It's always a good game over there, too.
Yeah, and I believe we'll get to play at the new stadium over there. I don't know if you've seen that. That's Capital University's football stadium.
Okay.
So should be a nice facility for London to play
at. That press box they used to go to, stand on it, get up on top.
Looks like they're going to go to the fullback. Oh, O'Farrell hit him.
O'Farrell and also DeFilippo is in on that. Turned him around right at the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up a foot.
Well, too often forgets the defensive line that one of their jobs, besides getting some penetration upfield, is to keep the offensive players from blocking the linebackers and letting them do their damage out there. So, Ty Blake, Derek Wallace, John Lewis, that you got to give them a lot of credit out there. Wes Mason.
4th and 2. Ball's on the 15-yard line.
Big play right here for the Red Raiders.
This is a big play for both teams.
1 minute, 35 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Cox hands off penalty. That's on the offense. That's thrown in the area of holding.
And
that's illegal motion.
I could hear the coach down the other end of the field, the other end of the press box.
Good thing he was, because that wasn't a nice word. That was their coach, folks. That wasn't any of our coaches. And London ends up their schedule this year by having a home game against Miami Trace. And Trace brings back a pretty decent crowd from last pretty decent bunch of players, and they beat London last year 48-15. So London, again, has a very tough schedule, but a big confidence boost tonight for the Red Raiders if they can pull off this victory.
We got 1:29 left in this third quarter, and London's leading us with a score of 20-0. And the Arrows are on their way to first down and possibly a touchdown, but got sidelined with a penalty there.
Well, looking at 4th and 7, sending Brandon Ziegler way to the bottom of your screen. His favorite target tonight's been Jeremy O'Brien, number 80, who's at the top.
It's quick.
That's Croxdale. He's going to be short.
Get it.
That's it. London ball.
Does their thing.
Pat O'Farrell, Derek Wallace, right there. Ty Blake
doing their job.
London holds.
Blake can be proud of that, can he?
Tell you what, these kids got to be on top of the world, aren't they, Gary? I mean, they've been working hard, and I think the coaching staff's got them believing that they can compete.
It's not believing they're competing. There's a good shot of cheerleaders. They work awful hard, too. Matter of fact, they work almost year-round. And got to give them their dues. Coach Bola said something about that. And they just got to get – it's all team effort from them also. It ain't easy to get out there and jump around and scream and holler, and especially if the crowd's not in it. But we've had good reason to be in it tonight. London takes over 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line, and we're on timeout. Leading with 1:06 to go in the third quarter, 22. Looks like a couple of zeros over there. Ain't it wonderful?
How many games in a row,
we're
Gary?
back in the game.
How many games in a row is our trivia question?
1.
1?
We just broke it. They got to start over.
Tyler Buchanan under center. Walters back there. Tailback position. Tyler hands off to Matt Russell, and
nothing doing there. He was picked up. No sooner he got a hold of the ball, as 2 or 3 people had a hold of him.
Got good penetration that time by their defensive line. I don't think this offensive line for London's going to get tired. I think they've been working hard. I mean, I truly do believe that this group they're undersized, but they're working hard.
Quit saying undersized.
And a lot of them are playing 2 ways. I mean, Derek Wallace, Ty Blake, and Pat O'Farrell all going 2 ways. O'Farrell's your tight, or DeFilippo's your tight end, top of the screen. Myers is in motion. Quick pitch to Brock. Myers seals a corner.
And he's brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Ryan Thuma looked like he might have been on that tackle. And we're going to run the clock out. London's going to win 3 quarters, a score of 22-0. That noise we're hearing, I heard Coach Wilson in the pep rally saying that he was on the other side of the field in the playoff game when South played and the team scored, and he was on the other side, and the stand just went erupted. He said it's just that sound, he said, it just demoralizes the other team. It just inflicts pain on you or whatever. And he said he wanted that sound. He wanted to hear that. When London does something good, he wants to hear it. And they're trying. Get a few more people. And of course, we're behind the sound. We really can't tell.
Come out next Friday. Ball game starts at 7:30. Get here early. Get a good seat.
I'll save you a seat.
Start filling up this stadium.
Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. That game will be at Tecumseh High School.
So London's on the 22-yard line, and it is 3rd and 7. We are starting the 4th quarter with a lead of 20-0.
2-back set. Walters and Russell. Ooh, tried to do a quick hitter to DeFilippo. We saw that down Tays Valley a little bit where they was trying that quick hitter. I think the idea is get him Get him one-on-one out there. He's going to bruise somebody if he's carrying the ball. I mean,
make something happen. A little overthrown. London's going into punt formation now. It's their second punt tonight.
Let's see how Jordan does for this one. Croxdale back deep, number 42, and Ricketts back deep for the Arrows.
First one was a pretty high snap.
Oh, that's right. That's what happened on the first one. Jordan was running around back there trying to end up shanking it out of bounds. But, boy, at least he got the punt off. That was a very important play there by Jordan.
Carl opened the tape up and tear the end of it off. He blew it back together. Because if you don't,
you get too much
all that end just keeps playing.
Yeah. Carl getting a view of the cheerleaders down there.
I'm sorry, I didn't have him on. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was on. Well, Jordan Brock back to punt. They're giving him some good respect here. This one there.
Good job.
How far is that punt?
They're talking to you.
Looks like some of the Red Raiders got some cheering crew out front here. I don't know if our cameraman can get on them.
They give him a 40-yard punt there. Here comes Tecumseh.
Cox is back to pass. Oh, he's hit by Arabia.
He got out of it. But he is missing them little short passes, and as tall as he is.
That's 11 triplet. We saw him quite a bit here in the second half.
Triplet, not triplet.
I can't believe how many mistakes this Tecumseh team's making. I mean, especially with men in motion and stuff like that. It's just typically not what you'd expect out of a Tecumseh team. But a lot of these kids didn't get to play last year.
They graduated a lot of kids.
Graduated 22 seniors, and like I said, they went 3 deep into the playoffs and lost to eventual state runner-up Columbus Watterson.
Yeah.
So they were tough last year.
And they came over here, the reserves, and took a whipping. So that could give you some indication that we were going to play pretty good against them.
Cox going back to pass. He's looking out here. Coverage by Myers, and Croxdale can't quite dive and catch it. Interested in watching the reads of what London's doing, because every time they line up, London will almost audible at the defensive position. It seems like, you know, Sean Myers he's got certain responsibilities out there, and he's either got to come up or he's got to get back. You know, maybe your safeties and stuff might stay, but, you know, I think London's noticing some tendencies, and they're playing to it. Now, this time the corners are up a little bit tighter, and Sean Myers is back deep. I don't know what kind of read he's got here, but Cox is going to throw, and Myers is going to be right there.
Cox
he gets hit. Almost intercepted by Wallace.
A little short.
Who got the hit on him right there? Was that Arabia?
He went
Arabia
down pretty
Lewis?
good. I'm not sure it's on, Carl. If it's on, run your hand down in front of it. Okay. Light's not on, so got some more work to do. We'll let it roll the rest of the quarter. We got 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. London's first and 10 on the 26-yard line. Come out in the I formation again. Buchanan back to throw. There's a close one. They won the folks in the stands won the penalty.
Apparently what Carl's done is, well, the camera will be on all time now.
Yeah, it's going to have to be.
I heard London coaches call that play up on the roof while I was up there for a second checking with Carl, so I knew it was going deep. I couldn't get down here quick enough to predict it.
Oh, ain't that cheating?
That's cheating, but I'll take it any way I can get it.
I hear you. Well, I'm going for a score.
You're predicting a
Second
score?
and 10 with 26 on the 26-yard line.
See, Buchanan puts the ball up in the air here.
Almost 10 minutes to go.
Monte at the bottom of your screen, Myers at the top. That's Jordan Brock, the
And he's
fullback.
met at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing.
Going to bring up a big 3rd and 9 because I think London's out of field goal position at this point. I think I'd put it about a 47-yarder. I don't think Sean can quite do that, but he might be able to.
That's some distance there.
Big 3rd down, and looks like 3rd and 9 they're calling it.
3rd and 10.
It's like a passing situation for the Raiders. Walters back in at tailback. So they got DeFilippo lined up at the tight end on the top of your screen, Monte on the bottom of your screen, and Myers up at the top. So look for Myers. Buchanan's rolling that way. He's trying to get some protection. Walters gets a nice block. Run it, Tyler.
He's in trouble.
Squirm. Something like that.
He scares me the way he carries that ball. He gets that ball out there. And
well, I think London's in no man's land right here. They're going to go for it.
Yep.
Don't get anything from punting.
What, 4th and 6, 4th and 8?
Yeah, about 4th and 8, and you're talking about
on the 24-yard line.
Yeah, at least about a 46-yard field goal at this point. So I'd say London's in no man's territory. Just go ahead and go for it. I'd like to see a little quick hitter to one of the outside receivers. Looks like we have Myers lined up in the slot. Everybody's on the left side for London.
And the whole Tecumseh line is tightening up.
Except for the tight ends on the right, we're going to have a delay call against London. Looks like where the flag was thrown from.
That didn't seem like it was that long, did it?
Didn't seem like it was that long to me. I don't keep track of them. Of course, we could always say it's the Clark County officiating crew out here.
I would say nothing like that. 20-0. We're doing fine without anything.
Looks like London's staying in the same lineup. Look for DeFilippo on the bottom of your screen.
That's
at tight end.
Lineup, isn't it?
They're going to try to get the ball to Myers. He's got some room out there.
Right.
He's going to be short, though. He's not going to gain much on that one.
So London's going to turn over the ball on the 25-yard line, which is not bad.
8 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. London still ahead, 20-0. That 77-game streak is in question for Tecumseh.
This is when you find out what you're made out of. See what kind of shape you're in. 20-0 is the score. 8-10 to go in this contest.
Well, Jeremy O'Brien's all by himself at the top of the screen. He's been a favorite target of Cox, but he's not completed too many of his passes tonight. That's going to be Croxdale underneath. Nothing doing there.
What is that play called?
The underneath handoff. I'm not a football man, Gary. I don't know this terminology.
It's not a crossbuck, is it?
I don't know. That's up to the coaches to talk about that stuff.
Everybody's got different names for it, huh?
Yeah, everybody's got different names. I just sometimes call it like an inside handoff. It's kind of a backwards trap, too, where they'll... Well, Cox is still under center. He's been taking a little bit of a beating tonight.
2nd and 8.
I'd look for him to try to put the ball up, at least. That's fake to Croxdale. Cox is going back to he overthrows his man. Jordan Brock's out there.
Oh, that was close. Brock almost pulled one in that time.
Jordan was out there just doing what a free safety's supposed to do. Read the quarterback, watch the quarterback's eyes, see where he's looking, and get to the ball, and that's what he did.
Good job. Makes it 3rd and 8 now on their own 27. So they haven't been too successful moving against this defense.
Shotgun formation this time. Wing T spread, looking for number 15 out here in the flat, and he just flat out overthrows him. Pass intended to number 15, Nathan Franzen.
I can't tell from here, but it looks like he's aiming the ball. In other words, he's not really, I don't know how to say it, but he's not throwing it. It's like he's trying to push it to him. So now we got a 4th down situation.
We'll bring up punting situation for the Arrows. Seen a couple good punts by them tonight. London really hasn't had much as far as return yards.
They're on their 27-yard line. He'll be punting from the 15.
This is Brian Dalton to punt for the Arrows. High snap. London puts on virtually no rush. It's a return setup.
Myers.
It's gonna be Myers.
I've been waiting for Myers to get a hold of that ball. Hey.
It's like he picks up about 8 yards on the return. Nice punt, though, by the Arrows.
Good punt coverage. So London will take over.
That's one thing we just heard the official talk about. The Ohio High School Athletic Association is talking quite a bit to having more officials timeouts, especially on hot, humid nights like tonight where they just called a water break.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know, so it's not really it's not charged to either team. It's just basically it's an official's timeout. It's just making sure the kids stay hydrated. So.
Monday?
Probably tonight. Yeah, and tomorrow.
First down. Red Raiders, about 11-yard run there for Jordan.
He might not even be up.
We'll describe this as if you're sitting at home blind watching.
There we go.
And Jordan Brock up the middle.
Breaks one. He's still on his feet.
Nice run by Jordan Brock.
Good job by Jordan Brock.
20-yard run for the Red Raiders. Okay, I think we're back in focus.
Yeah, I don't know if he was up or down on that. He might have turned it down, but he put the cover on. We got a cover we put on the camera to keep it from getting waterlogged and getting rained on.
Big play there for the Red Raiders. I mean, Red Raiders this time send Monte way to the bottom of your screen. Myers in the slot. Tight end to Phillip, or tight end whoever, Shingler out there.
And nothing doing
Stewart,
on that play.
I'm sorry. Stewart at the tight end was at the top of your screen, split out. So, who got the carry there?
I'm not sure. Buchanan. Sound like he said fumble on the play.
We'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Red Raiders. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this ball game.
And London's looking for another score. Leading 20-0 right now.
This time we got Alcott way at the bottom of your screen. Myers in the slot. Tight ends at the top of your screen. So you got to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and you got to have ends on each end of the line. So nice run right there by, was that Jordan Brock?
Looked like quick hitter by Brock, and he might have picked up 2 or 3 yards that time.
It looks like rain on the other side of the field. I don't see any on this side, though. Just kind of barely see it up in the lights. Full moon out there if we can catch it. But
we've been blessed so far. 5 more minutes, and then another 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get done.
And we promise next Friday night, if everybody comes out here, it will not rain.
I'm not going to say that. Forget that promise.
Okay. I could be as good as the weatherman on TV, Gary. Come on.
I hear you.
I can predict weather. I can predict football plays. Jordan Brock coming around the right-hand side. Nice block by Russell out there.
Brock lowers his head.
It's too many white shirts out there. Now it's raining a little bit harder.
Yeah, you can see it now. Fans are running.
They're running for cover, looks like.
But this is mild compared to that last track meet we did.
You know what? You're up 20-0. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This rain is beautiful when you're ahead 20-0. And when you're sitting inside.
4 minutes to go.
Red Raiders got 2 to the top of your screen. Stewart at tight end at the bottom of your screen. Look for a running play here. Pitch to Brock, going around the left side.
On left, lights on and off.
Looks like he's picked up the first down. London was going for it on 4th down, so.
They're moving the chains. I believe that's Mr. Napper over there running the chain gang. I seen him tell him move it. Doesn't he officiate in the youth league?
Yeah, Chester Napper does. I can't pick out. I can't see that far.
I think that's him there. I can tell by the movement, the short guy over there.
I think it's isn't that Larry that's setting the chains.
See him going up toward the middle.
Yeah, I don't think that's Chester though. I think that's Larry. I don't know.
Look, I think they're both over there.
Here comes Coach Wilson out on the field. Looks like they're calling both of the coaches out. I don't know, maybe some lightning's been seen. Looks like they're going to stop this ball game.
I hope it's far enough into it that we're going to get a win out of it.
I haven't seen any lightning, but of course we can't see behind us.
I don't know why these lights flicked this while ago.
Carl, if you get hit by lightning, would you please put your fingers in front of the camera? We're going to have a 30-minute delay here. Lightning's been seen in the vicinity. So, like I said, Carl, if you get hit by lightning, just stick your fingers in front of the camera so we know.
So you can turn it off when you're ready. The score is official. Game was called because of rain and lightning in the area. London wins final score 20-0. See you next week. Thanks for coming. Adios. Arrivederci. See ya. Wouldn't want to be here. Good night. Take me home, Carl.